the Scott County Emergency Management Commission, Scott County, our local communities, Milestones Area Agency on Aging, we'd like to welcome and thank you all very much for taking the time to come out here to meet with us today. We're very excited that we're able to hold this press conference today. For the last several months, quite a few of our partners within Scott County have been working very hard to try and work through a new communication system. The system itself's been around since 2014, but with the state of Iowa. They've contracted a new vendor, and this new vendor offers a lot of different enhancements for the residents of Scott County. As we all know, communication can be extremely challenging within our community. Not only are there multiple different ways to receive communication, but we also don't receive communication in the same manner. We also prefer communication to come in a different manner, and we are very excited about this system called Alert Iowa that we feel like it's going to be able to meet most of the needs within our community. So to cover some of the enhancements today, that's why we're here and we called this press conference. We wanted to bring awareness to the Alert Iowa program. We wanted to bring awareness to some of the different things and the enhancements within the program. And I'm going to cover just a few of them today. Obviously, we don't have enough time to cover all of them today. And we're also going to have a guest speaker with the City of Davenport to talk about that, some of their enhancements within their own community. And I'll touch on some of the other communities that we're going to be participating in this as well. So just as an example, on the previous system, you would register for an alert emergency messages, and once you registered for an account, you no longer had access to make changes to that account. Scott County Emergency Management would have to make those changes to that account. Now with the new system, we actually have the capability, or you will have the capability, you are 100% in control of your account. You decide what messages you want to receive, how you want to receive them, when you want to receive them. And that way, as time goes on, if you decide you want additional messages or there's something that isn't meeting your expectations, you can make the decision to change and edit all of those decisions at the same time. That is a really great enhancement for our community that allows our residents, our people, our folks who are not living in Scott County but work in Scott County, that allows all of you to be able to adjust, maintain, and control what information you are receiving to not only stay safe, and there's other messages, such as urgent or non-emergent messages, that you would have options for as well. There's a few different ways you will be able to create an account and manage that account. You're going to hear a few different terms, or you'll read different terms. You'll hear Smart 911, you'll hear Rave Mobility, and you'll hear Alert Iowa. All three of those are universal terms. All of those are the same system. It just all kind of connects together. So like I said, there's different ways you guys can go ahead and register for an account. There's a Smart 911 phone application, so it's a phone app. A lot of our younger generation, we know, like to have the phone app, so you can go and download the phone app through Android or Apple. You create your account through there, and then you manage the rest of that information through there. There's a web-based portal that you'll be able to go on. It's the same as the phone app. You go in, create an account, and you move through that process the same way. It's just on the internet through a computer instead of being on a phone app. There's going to be some text-in options that we're going to roll out at a later date, so please be watching for that. And then for our senior residents that are 60 years of age or older, Milestones Area Agency on Aging, and Becky is up here with us from Milestones today. They've partnered with us, so if you're having difficulty, you need some questions answered that you don't understand, you are looking for assistance in creating an account, they will not only create that account for you, they're going to provide assistance ongoing forward, so you can call 6 months later to make a change to your account, and they're going to log in and make that change for you. That is a huge enhancement for Scott County and our residents. If you reference back to the derecho that hit us in August of 2020, we know that there is gaps within the community, and we do feel that this partnership is really going to enhance the ability for our community members to stay safe and stay informed. Language translation. Through COVID and through derecho and through every other disaster and emergency that come into our community, we have a lot of folks that have different languages. English may not be their primary language. That's a challenge for us. It's a challenge for us to get emergency messaging out. As we all know, when emergencies and disasters happen, sometimes the messages and the information that needs to go out cannot be quickly translated for these residents. With the new enhancement of the system, it's a matter of a few clicks from our side of the system, and we can issue things out. So if you speak Arabic, Chinese, Spanish, dozens and dozens of different languages, The system will automatically translate the message that we are sending to you, whether that be emergent, urgent, or non-emergent messaging. For our folks who may have an access and functional need, referencing back to the derecho of 2020, when we had that event come through our community, a lot of our residents were without power for multiple days. One of the things we recognized was trying to identify what folks needed assistance because of the power outage, whether they require electricity for their oxygen machines or whether it's a physical mobility where they have a motorized wheelchair trying to move through the building and they cannot power that. We obtained information from the federal government through that, but it took multiple days to be able to obtain that information due to HIPAA laws. With this new system, if the residents feel comfortable to identify whatever needs they may have, it's going to allow Scott County Emergency Management the opportunity to identify through pre-planning. So if we were to have XYZ event take place, we can plan farther ahead of an event taking place of what some of our residents may or may not need in that geographical area. But additionally, after an event were to occur through Scott County, it's going to allow us quicker access to information to ensure residents are trying to get this, are able to get the support they're looking for and may need for life sustainment. I want to be very clear that this system and our access and functional needs registry will not replace residents from calling 911. This is a really great planning tool and it's a really great response tool that we can use in partnership with our first responders, but it would not replace them from calling 911. If there was still an emergency, we would still ask them to call 911 for emergency help, but it would allow us to be able to partner and provide additional support to them after that event were to occur. With this new system, we have unlimited number of messaging from emergent, urgent, and non-emergent. I know I've said those words quite a few times today. Why I keep saying those words to you, on the previous system, we only had capacity for emergency messaging with the residents. So we had a limited ability of being able to reach out to the residents to give them more information that they found valuable. Under the new system and the enhancement and our partnerships with the cities in Scott County, we're going to be able to actually have the non-emergency messaging. So you'll actually receive messages from some of your local communities. They'll have things in there that have nothing to do with a disaster or emergency, but it brings all of the residents into one platform under one umbrella to where they can register. They see multiple different options. It's not just specific for their one community. It will allow them more options to be able to stay engaged with the system and keep it managed. And it allows us to continue our partnership and working collaboratively with the communities and other agencies in Scott County. I'm going to turn it over to Nicole Gleason with the City of Davenport to touch on some of their non-emergent messaging.